Yo, it's Tropics here. As you might know, week 1 of the NFL season just passed, so me and the boys decided to make a YouTube channel and give our insights on the season and how we think it's going to progress throughout the season. So, yeah, from week 2 on, we're going to be making videos every week, power rankings, weekly picks. I'll do some fantasy insights, all kinds of shit like that. And then when the basketball season comes around, I'll probably be doing some basketball as well. But, yeah. Say what's up, peeps.
What's going on?
There's Astro. Hello.
What's up?
There's Builds.
What's up?
And there's Madara. Alright, so we have Madara, Builds, and Astro here today. Orion couldn't join us because he's out streaming right now. But he did send me his picks, which I actually need to get to real quick, because I forgot them. Alright, so how do we feel about this Thursday night football under the lights rivalry game? New York at Washington.
So to be pretty honest with you, I think the game's going to be within 3 to 4 points.
Okay.
I mean, just because I feel like it's hard to explain. They're both pretty close offensively, kind of with a not too elite of a quarterback. Because who did they still have Daniel Jones on the Giants? Or
Yeah,
no?
Daniel Jones is playing for the Giants, but
okay.
Fitzmagic went out with a hip injury.
Yeah, and then
But they got Heineke, or whatever the hell how you say his name. He was the dude that almost fucking upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
He had the highest passer rating of any of the quarterbacks.
All right, so who's picking who? Actually, I'll go first. Fuck it. I'm going to pick the Washington football team. I think that Heineke, or however you say his name, will do pretty damn good. He has Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson. I mean, if you give Gibson like 15 to 20 carries in the game, he's just going to carry them all the way. Terry McLaurin, end zone threat. Logan Thomas at tight end zone threat. I don't think the Giants defense can stop that. Giants, on the other hand, if Saquon doesn't perform after his slow start week 1, which he had an injury, but that kind of makes sense, then I think the Giants are just going to get shit on. But I think it's going to be around a 4-point spread to Washington. Washington is the favorite.
I mean, whether you pick Washington or New York, I think it will be in at least 4-point spread. I would have to go with the Giants.
Ooh.
Kind of picking the sleeper, but I think even with Fitzmagic being out, they have a little bit of an offensive edge, and hopefully, if Saquon Barkley is starting tomorrow night, hopefully he doesn't get fucking injured, of course. But I think he's probably gonna have, if he stays healthy, he'll have a breakout season. I really think he will.
You think Saquon will have a breakout season?
I mean, compared to he's been hurt the last 2 seasons.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, so probably not like a huge breakout, but enough. Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm playing COD at the same time. But probably at least a touchdown, and I'd say like 80 to 90 yards tomorrow night.
Okay.
That's probably what I give Saquon, but
it's kind of
difficult.
That definitely is an upset if the Giants beat Washington.
That would be a pretty big upset, but
Favorite.
you saw what the Raiders did to Baltimore.
That is true. All right,
so
Madara, what's your pick here?
I like the football team just because I think the football team has a better offensive and defensive line. I think most football games are won in the trenches. And
That is true. Washington's defense kind of cracked.
Yeah,
I know
they do a pretty good defense.
Taylor Heineke's unproven, but I trust Daniel Jones just as much. So I'm going with the football team.
That works. All right, Builds, what's yours?
I think that the Giants, because it's not going to be a high-scoring game, I can tell you that, because they both aren't the greatest, but they're both 0-1 right now.
That is true.
Hold on.
Washington did do good against Chargers, though, surprisingly. I thought the
Yeah.
Chargers were going to kind of poop on them.
I did too.
All right, and then Orion has... Oh, shit. Wrong button. Orion has the football team. So, looks like it's actually pretty split. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. So, yeah, I think Washington's going to prevail in this game. That's just my thoughts on it. But we'll move on to the next game. Sorry, I'm kind of getting used to this new shit that I'm doing. All right. Next game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I guess I'll go first again. This one's kind of tough. I feel like it's tough only because the Raiders just fucking... I don't even know how the fuck they won that game, but...
That was
I don't know. I have to take the Steelers just for the fact that they beat the Bills that were basically what people were calling the only contender to the Chiefs in the AFC. And that's big, and their defense was fucking controlling as fuck. Like the Bills couldn't get a run game going, which doesn't surprise me. They have Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. Josh Allen, I don't think he did like too great. Stephon Diggs didn't do very much. And, I mean, the Bills' defense did good against the Steelers for a minute, but then towards the end of the game, they kind of just fell off. So, yeah, I'm going Steelers with this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably have to agree with you there, to be honest.
Ooh, the Raiders fan is going over to the Steelers.
I mean, it would be 100% biased for me to say that the Raiders are pulling off that win. I mean, it's possible, but if we're talking likeliness, definitely Pittsburgh. I think after losing to the Browns in the wild card round last season, was it the wild card round, the first round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost to hang on, I'm about to get killed by RC. They lost to the Browns in the wild card round. I think that kind of hit them hard in their ego because, you know, they're the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're meant to be consistently a good team every year, but I think they're gonna try to get this momentum to bounce back. And even though, you know, they're not high in the power rankings, they beat the Bills recently. So I think Las Vegas will honestly be light work for Pittsburgh.
That is a fair statement. I think what should the spread? What would my spread be on this?
The Vegas spread's 5.5.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about 5.5. That's probably about right.
4 to 5. Yeah,
All right, Madra.
So
Where
I
are
like
you?
the Steelers too, just because their defense was really impressive, what they did to Josh Allen. But also, I think this game is going to be closer than people think. I'm not betting on it. I'm not touching this game. But I think this game would be close.
Nah, I think you should. I think you should bet on it.
No,
I
I'm
did
not.
bet on it. I definitely took the Steelers money line on this one. I didn't bet against the spread because this game could be close. This game could also be a blowout.
I think it's going to be close. The Steelers usually play down to their competition. They don't usually, they'll play the Bills really good one week and then they'll lose to someone stupid.
That is very fucking true. But that's kind of how the Raiders are too. The Raiders
Yeah,
always manage to fucking win the most random games against the
Yeah.
best opponents and then always
Upset
lose to the
best
worst.
team sometimes in the NFL. And then lose to like Cincinnati.
All right,
Following
Bills,
you.
what do you got?
I'm gonna say Steelers because they had solid defense last game, and I feel like the Raiders won't be able to compete with their defense. It might be. I don't think it's gonna be that close of a game, but I feel like Steelers are definitely gonna take the win on this one.
That is true. The Ravens did have a good defense, and they kind of got exposed Monday night against
Yeah, the offense kind of turned
the
up.
Raiders. The only problem I have with the Steelers, what's his name? His name's Devin Bush, right? The middle linebacker for the Steelers, right?
I think so, yeah.
He's fast enough to keep up with Darren Waller, but I don't think he's big enough to contest Darren Waller, if that makes sense. So that's also a big thing. I think this game's gonna be close. Orion
Plus,
has
adding
the
on to that,
Steelers.
I think Darren Waller's a really good contact receiver. Or
Oh,
talent,
yeah.
whatever you want to call him. Just he kind of thrives off contested.
I think all
receptions.
top 3 tight ends in the league are all contact tight ends.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, Kittle, and Darren Waller all they can
They're
put you on the dirt.
big
All right,
boys.
let me close these up, and then we will go to San Francisco versus Philadelphia. Now this game,
Oh.
I have no fucking idea.
I'm torn on this one. Yeah, I'm torn on this.
San Francisco's defense was supposed to be good, which it was for the majority of the game against Detroit, and then all of a sudden they just couldn't stop Detroit. And Detroit should be a team that you should be able to stop without any problems. And then the Eagles just fucking curb stomped the Falcons. I am going to take the Eagles on this one at home. I think Jalen Hurts, I don't think there's anybody on the 49ers defense that can catch up to Jalen Hurts. Nick Bosa, I believe, is healthy again. I don't think he can touch Jalen. They're probably going to have a spy on him, but I don't think that matters. Richard Sherman's not in San Fran anymore. I think
I'd probably also go with the Eagles on this one.
Yeah, I think Devonta Smith and Jalen Reagor are going to have decent games this game. I also feel like San Francisco, this is probably the game where Trey Lance comes in, because I don't think San Francisco with Jimmy Garoppolo is going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like the only chance they have is with Trey Lance.
I actually like the 49ers in this game because Nick Sirianni, he's a first-year head coach. He's not coaching against Arthur Smith this week. He's coaching against Kyle Shanahan. The big matchup to watch right there. And then also I think they're just going to feed Kittle a million times because their linebackers are suspect.
That's what I was surprised about last week, though, is that Kittle didn't really pop off like he usually does. They didn't really feed him. I think he only had, 3 receptions?
I don't know. We played them last year. George Kittle had 40 points against us in fantasy. So I'm taking the Niners. I think it'll be close, though. This is a big prove-it game for Jalen Hurts. There's film on him now.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing a good defense.
If the Eagles win this game, that would be surprising. Because the Eagles' defense and secondary is kind of...
Yeah,
they're not much, but they shut down the Falcons, who have a pretty explosive offense.
Yeah.
So,
it's all about our defensive line.
All right, Builds, where are you going?
I'm going to go on the 49ers on this one because 49ers, even though Detroit is very bad, they still had a solid offense most of the whole game. And Eagles, the Falcons are horrible, so it shouldn't have been that hard to win against them.
That is true.
I understand that you can make that argument, but considering the Falcons, people paint out this big picture that they're going to be bottom team in the fucking league just because Julio Jones is in Tennessee now. But I mean, they're known for having a great offense, which I think they still do, just not as good as it was. And they're usually known for having not a great, but generally a good, defense with a good foundation, aside from the line. So I really think it's hard to judge off the Falcons game, but I think I would still probably take the Eagles.
Yeah. The thing... I don't know. I feel like the Falcons versus the Eagles more proved that the Eagles have a better defense than we expected instead of the Falcons having a worse offense. I don't think Julio was that big of a part in making their offense as big as it was, because he wasn't even playing most of the year last year anyway. He was off injury. But all right, Orion has the 49ers as well. Also, by the way, whoever's watching this, probably not going to be a lot of people. I know. It's one of my first videos on this new channel. But we're going to keep the records from our picks until the end of the season from week 2 on. Because we obviously didn't do week 1, but we'll keep the records. And we'll see who has the best record at the end of the season. And
16, yeah.
I also did a pick 'em on I think it's the ESPN Fantasy app. And y'all can join that, and I'll maybe do a prize at the end, whoever has the best record. But let me get these out of here. We're going to move on to the next game. Well, I don't think I have to say much here, other than I'm going to go with the Browns. But this could actually be closer than people might think. Because I was kind of surprised at the fact that the Texans were up as much as they were going into halftime.
Oh, the Browns Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Browns are at home too.
Browns are home too.
Yeah, I was surprised by the Texans. Tyrod Taylor actually put on a show. Brandon Cooks did good. But I don't think they have a chance against the Browns. The Browns are a top team in the NFL, and yeah, Texans are kind of lower tier.
Yeah, it's generally predicted that Kansas City and the Browns, if able to, are going to meet in the championship.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Browns, Kansas City.
I mean, yeah, there's really not much to say. It's like the Browns are a top 10 team this season.
So I'm guessing, Astro, you're going for Browns,
I'm
correct?
definitely going the Browns, man.
Okay.
I have to.
All right, I think the spread on this game should be 6 points. I think the Texans could actually somehow keep this close.
The stat line is 12.5 on Vegas.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't think the Texans are going to lose that bad. But
on
the other hand, the Seahawks did beat the Colts by 12. I'll make it 7 points. Fuck it. I don't care. All right, Madara, where are you going?
I'm taking the Browns. Mark Ingram rushed for like 90 yards or something absurd last week. I don't see that happening again.
Yeah, that's definitely not happening again.
I think the Browns are going to take care of business at home in their home opener.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Builds what you got.
Oh yeah, home opener, home advantage.
I'm obviously picking
Healthy
Browns.
Browns. Yeah, there's not a shot for Houston, man.
I did not watch the Browns game last week, but considering how they played last year, I feel like they were also going to do good this year. So
The Browns versus Chiefs was actually a pretty entertaining game to watch. I can't lie.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That was a good game.
And Orion has the Browns as well. So that's a guarantee from all of us that they're going to win. Yeah, Browns at home. I don't see the Texans touching the Browns in the winning column. Next game.
If they do, I'll be genuinely surprised. Like, I'll be shocked.
that'll be a huge surprise. All right, let's see. We got Broncos versus Jaguars. Jaguars at home.
Broncos, by far.
Okay,
That's
Astro's
not even
already
close.
in there before me. Oh shit, he said Broncos.
Like,
my
the
bad.
Jags are the worst team in the NFL, bro.
I am
think the
definitely
Jags
going
win
with the
the game this
Broncos. Yeah, unless Trevor Lawrence just somehow pops the actual shit off. Marvin Jones and DJ Chark just have absolutely insane games, which they probably won't because the Broncos have a crazy secondary. Yeah, I don't see this doing anything besides going in the Broncos' favor.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos too. Trevor Lawrence thought the Texans' defense gave him problems. I think he's going to have a long day against the Broncos.
Oh, yeah. Broncos' defense is a lot better than Houston's defense. All right, Bills, what do you got?
obviously Broncos because Jaguars are horrible.
That's all you got to say.
And-
My spread on this game is like 10 points.
It's
I'm
15
going
and
12 point spread.
All right, and,
Oh, wait.
and Orion
No.
is a Broncos fan, so that's pretty
on
obvious.
Vegas 6.
So that's also a guarantee. All right. Oh, shit. All right, so next game we have is this game. This game could actually be surprising.
Oh,
Saints versus
God.
Panthers at home. I'm going to go with the Saints. I'm going to go with the Saints. But I do think Sam Darnold looked really good against... Who did they play again? The Jets, right? He looked very good against the Jets. And he actually has decent weapons now. He has DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, who he had in New York. But, yeah. But the Saints absolutely obliterated a top team in the NFL with no problem at all. So this is an easy pick for me.
yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going Saints. I mean, it could be just because, what's his name? Fucking Packers playing horrible. But Either way, they still had a 30+ point lead on that.
Yeah. We don't even have to talk about that game. I don't even know what the fuck. That was just embarrassing on the Packers' part. All right, Astro, who you got?
Dude, the fucking Saints. Nah, bro.
I just think Rodgers won.
Proved to me in week 1 that he's about it. He's really about it.
I think Jameis is he's gonna get comeback player of the year, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Alvin Kamara is gonna run all over the Panthers defense, even though the Panthers defense is a lot better.
Offense is just you gotta be.
Christian McCaffrey should run all over the Saints defense, but I don't think that's gonna affect the outcome. All right, Madra.
I think Christian McCaffrey keeps it close, but I think the Saints are going to win. I think they have a top 5 defense this year. I think the Saints are really good again. They got a lot of talent. I like the Saints.
I'm shitting on all these kids. Sorry.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, and Orion obviously has the Saints in this one. All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh shit. All right. We have the Los Angeles Rams versus the Indianapolis Colts. In this one, the Colts are at home again. I wouldn't say they got obliterated by the Seahawks, but the Seahawks made their defense not look as good as it actually is. I don't know. I'm definitely. I think I'm gonna go with the Rams, but the Rams defense also didn't look insane. The Bears offense with Andy Dalton shouldn't be scoring 14 points on a top defense. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I'm going Rams. Astro?
Yeah. Honestly, I think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people think it's actually going to be. People probably assume that the Bears are going to get wiped, which I understand why they would think that.
Bears? No, this is Indianapolis and Rams.
Or the Colts. The Colts, I meant. Not the Bears. But honestly, just for the Rams defense alone, I mean, it's going to be really tough for Indy to get in the end zone. So I think the spread's going to be 9-10. I would say
I have the spread around 5 to 6.
The spread on Vegas is Rams -4.
Yeah, I have it around 6.
Yeah, but I mean, the defense is probably one of, if not the best in the league, arguably. So, I mean, who did the Colts have on their run game? I forgot. Is it
Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor, yeah.
Hines. Nakeem Hines, is that how you say it? I don't know.
Naheem, yeah. Close enough.
Naheem, yeah. There we go. All right, Madara.
Yeah, I got the Rams. Do not trust Carson Wentz. I think this is the best defense in the NFL. And I just think the Rams are overall just all around a better team on offense and defense. Their offense really impressed me last week.
All right, Builds, who you got?
The Rams, because even though the Colts got destroyed by Seahawks, the Seahawks got destroyed by them in playoffs last year. So I feel like they could play solid this year again. They could definitely beat the Colts.
Yippers. And Orion has the Rams. So that's another guarantee. I feel like there's a lot of guaranteed games this week. When I was looking through the schedule and shit. All right, next game we have is, this one actually is kind of a sneaky one. We got the Bills in Miami against the Dolphins. I am going to go with the Bills, but I think it's going to be it's a divisional game, and I think it's honestly going to be a 3-point spread. I think the Dolphins actually keep this extremely close.
Maybe. Bills, or I almost said Bills. Bills, they can play very solid offense. It really depends on the team's defense. Yeah. So I'm going to go Bills.
That's another thing. The Dolphins have
get shut out.
The Dolphins have a really good defense this year. So, it's actually pretty solid. Okay, Asho. There we go.
We don't even talk about this. We didn't
Definitely.
even talk about it.
I think we do because the Dolphins beat the Patriots and the Patriots looked good. Like they looked pretty good, and the Dolphins also looked pretty good. But if I were to go half and half on this, I would go by quarterback, and Josh Allen is better than Tua. So
Yeah.
that's my.
I think this
Patriots
game
are
is
still
going to
in
be really
withdrawal
close.
from cutting Brady too early.
Pretty much a coin flip, but just so that we don't have another shutout, I'll go with the Dolphins.
Ooh. Okay. Do you have any reasoning behind that?
Well, I mean, I really don't know who's going to win this game. It's a coin flip. It depends on how the Dolphins defense plays, but they should be pretty good again this year.
If the Dolphins play anything like the Steelers did against the Bills, this could very much end up in a Bills loss.
It's a divisional game too. They're always
I
tough.
really need to eat y'all some banana peppers, bro. I swear these shits are so good.
All right, Bills, where you at?
I've already said the Bills in the beginning.
Oh, Bills. All right. Sounds Gucci. Orion, in fact, has the Bills as well. So Madara or Reichel. Is that you say it Reichel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Raquel.
All right. What is the next game here? We have the Patriots in New York to face the Jets.
Oh God. Patriots.
Basically a home game for both teams, in my opinion. New England's close. There's a lot of New England fans in New York. I actually, this is also a divisional game, but I gotta go with the Patriots. Mac Jones looked actually surprisingly really good. This could be a good game if the Jets they're injured all over like the offensive line and shit, right? But like Zach Wilson's good and he's been showing that he's good, but I don't think he can. Nah, this is the Patriots defense. This is like a 6-7 point spread. Astro.
Patriots. 5, 6, or 7. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The Jets defense is like it's decent, but it's not anything special.
Who's hacking?
As he's playing Call of Duty. All right, what do you got, Madara?
I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I just think they're an overall better team, and I don't even know who the Jets running back is.
Tevin Coleman. And they have
Tevin.
Yeah, they have Tevin Coleman. They have that rookie too. It's like something Carter. I can't remember his last name or his first name. Something Carter. But yeah, their run game is kind of non-existent. All right, Builds. Who you got?
Obviously, Patriots. Jets, absolute blowout last season.
That is true. Jets did get a little better though.
Yeah, they did, but I still don't think that it's gonna be Patriots.
They don't stand a chance against the Patriots, at least this year. Orion had the Patriots, so that's another sweep. All right. We will move on to this game is actually very interesting.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Interesting.
I don't want to put anything on this game just for but I feel I'll tell you right now, I am 100% going with the Bears on this just because of the Bengals defense. I think David Montgomery is going to run all over the Bengals. Allen Robinson's going to have a huge game too.
He's starting this week on my team.
Yeah, same here. He's going to run all over him. Allen Robinson's going to have a big game in my opinion. I think this is a game where Justin Fields is going to have more snaps than week one. He'll probably have 10, 15 snaps. But yeah, I got to go Bears. The Bears defense looked kind of bad against the Rams, but the Rams also have a top offense in the NFL. So I think they'll shut the Bengals down enough. But I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. I feel like they're gonna have a huge offensive game too. So.
How are the Bengals O-line looking this season?
Better, but not much better.
Better. Okay, yeah. I honestly just think if You know, they're definitely gonna run them on both sides of the ball, including defense, where they're just gonna get pass rushed through all hell with Khalil Mack. I mean,
Yeah.
like the D line's gonna have a field day with the Bengals.
This one's hard though. Still, I have this at like a 2-point spread.
It was. I got them at 3. I got the Bengals at 3.5, but it moved to Bengals 1.5 now.
Yeah, this is
They're
gonna be a close
underdog.
game.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So you have the Bengals.
I do like the Bengals. It's obviously going to come down to can they stop Khalil Mack, but I do like Joe Burrow a lot more than Andy Dalton or Justin Fields. I think Joe Burrow is that dude.
If Joe Burrow can stay healthy this entire season, he's gonna end up being in the top 10 quarterback conversation, in my opinion. All right, Builds, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Bengals, even though they had very close games. I still think that they should be able to. It's gonna be a very close game against the Bears and Bengals, obviously.
I mean, it's hard to judge because like the entire NFC North started off so horribly.
Yeah.
So
The only
Yes,
thing
that's
I
true.
just
It's a
think the
little
Bears
bit of the
overall are a better team. Like their offense
Yeah,
is
it's hard to go Bears.
pretty similar to the Bengals, but I think their defense is better than the Bengals.
I think Bengals still it's definitely gonna be
It could go
not
either way.
our
Yeah,
off-
this is
Go either
definitely
way.
a coin flip game. Orion has the Bengals. All right. Let's move on to the next one. We are at I don't even think I have to ask anybody questions here. I'm just gonna put everybody over here and forget about it.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks, but I do actually think this game will be
Wait, Bucks versus who?
The Falcons played the
Falcons.
Bucks last year
Oh,
too.
Falcons and Bucks, dude.
I think this game will be close. The
You know
Falcons
what? I'm
will
gonna go Falcons.
win.
You want to
Are
go
you really-
Falcons? Is that what you just
No,
said?
I'm joking. I'm not
Oh,
going Falcons.
Jesus Christ. I was about to say.
Falcons are gonna get
The only
waxed.
thing I can take away. This is just a fantasy heaven
Definitely.
game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like Gronk is going to have a huge game. I feel like Antonio Brown's still going to hit like 100 yards.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin's going to have a game. Mike Evans is probably going to get like 2 touchdowns. So Calvin Ridley might go off. Matt Ryan might do something. But this is the Buccaneers defense, so I don't really trust the Falcons at all. So,
It definitely should not be that much of a close game.
yeah. We're just going to move on. Yeah.
It'll be
I'm really hoping that the Falcons go up in the fourth quarter with a lead. That'd be optimal.
That would piss me off. All right. I think in this game,
Oh,
the Vikings in Arizona, it's actually a little closer than everybody thinks because the Cardinals every single year always have that first game and they always just blow someone out. And then everybody's like, oh my God, the Cardinals are going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, well, the Cardinals are going to win this game, but people need to chill the hell out.
Yeah. The Cardinals have no chance of going to the Super Bowl this year.
No,
If any of you are fans, I'm sorry. It's just
I am a Seahawks fan, and I'm not even trying to be biased here. I do not think the Cardinals are as good as they showed last week. But who do you have, Astro?
Sorry, it's Cardinals and who?
Vikings.
Vikings. Ooh. I'll go Cardinals. I think their offense is looking really good with Kyler Murray and D Hop. But the thing is, that's going to be one of his main targets, and I mean, all they have to really do is double up on him with a safety.
And the only reason the Titans lost that game is they couldn't get any play action going because Derrick Henry wasn't going anywhere. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Dalvin Cook will run all over the Cardinals. That doesn't mean they're going to win, but Dalvin Cook will run all over the Cardinals, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that'll open up the play action game, which will in turn mean Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. And that's all I got to say. So, where you at, Madara?
I do not like the Cardinals head coach, but I think they will absolutely destroy the Vikings. I think the Vikings have one of the worst defenses in the
I got
NFL.
like a 4-point spread on that.
I have a 6-point spread. I think this is a touchdown game. All right, Bills, who you got?
all right. I'm gonna say Vikings because they do. decently solid offense, and I feel like they can make maybe a miracle like they did a few years ago against the Saints. But I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on this one.
Yeah, this is. I don't know. I'm going to stick with the Cardinals, but I honestly think Dalvin Cook is going to run all over them. But I also feel like Kyler Murray is going to run all over the Vikings, and D-Hop is going to do his thing. So I stick with Cardinals.
I'm going to slaughter the secondary.
Yeah, Orion picked the Cardinals. So moving on to the next one. If I can click faster. All right.
I'll really be eating these banana peppers out the mouth.
This one, I'm going to go with my boys, the Seattle Seahawks, for obvious reasons. They're at home.
Good.
The Tennessee Titans are coming off of a huge loss to the Cardinals that we just talked about. But I don't think they stand a chance against Seattle. If Seattle's offense plays anything like they did against the Colts, the Titans' defense is going to get absolutely annihilated.
Seattle wins, but it's only about a 5-point spread. I really do put it at 5 points.
I have this. I have it at 7.
I think this game's going to be a lot closer than people
assume. Oh no, it's going to be a close game because the Titans are coming off of a huge
number 3 in the NFL.
Titans are coming off a huge loss, so they're going to have
Titans
more.
Are a huge sleeper team.
Yeah. Really, it's going to come down to can they get Derrick Henry going. If they get Derrick Henry going, I could see them winning. But I don't know if they'll be
Yeah, but
able
if they get Derrick Henry going, who's going to stop Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett?
They're going to keep the ball away from them. I mean, I like the Seahawks in this game. If the Titans get Derrick Henry going.
It 100% depends on if the Titans defense can show up, especially the secondary. This game relies on the secondary.
The only good defensive player on the Titans that I can just name off the top of my head is Kevin Byard.
They drafted that cornerback from Virginia Tech, Farley. He's supposed to be pretty good.
What, is supposed to cover DK Metcalf?
Caleb Farley's pretty big. He's like 6'3".
What did D-Hop do to him? That's all I got to say. All right, Astro, who are you going for?
Shit, say it again.
Tennessee at Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. I already said that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Madra?
Yeah, no, Seattle wins, but I wouldn't say by
it's gonna be a high
big
scoring
margin.
I like Seattle. I
think it'll be a high scoring game.
I don't think it's going to be as high scoring. I think it's going to be like a 31-24 game. Seattle.
It's a high scoring game.
It's a high scoring, but nowadays in the NFL, high scoring is like 41-33. So, Bill, who you got?
All right. I'm obviously going to go Seahawks because I'm a Seahawks fan. And the way that the Seahawks played last game against the Colts was just amazing. Russell Wilson hooking up the Lockett was just amazing.
I will never, ever get tired of seeing Russell Wilson throw a deep ball. That is the most beautiful specimen. Like, just seeing that ball just float through the air like it does is just... I don't know how to explain it.
But Russell Wilson's garbage.
Wilson is good.
Wilson is not garbage. Wilson is the second best quarterback in the league. All right, Orion has Seattle.
Ain't nothing like Patty.
I like how everybody's like, "Oh, this is gonna be a close game," and it's everybody votes Seattle. All right,
I still win. What do you mean?
They'll win, but it's not.
This game, on the other hand, this game is gonna be close. we got the Cowboys in LA to face the Chargers.
Oh yeah, this actually will be a really good game.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna go with the boys for the one reason that the Chargers always choke in crunch time. So other than that, I think this game is gonna be like 42-38. I think this is gonna be an absolute shootout. It's gonna be kind of like that Rams-Chiefs game back in, what was that, 2017, 2018? I don't remember.
Travis, I'm going 42-38 Chargers.
Ooh. Do you have any reasoning? Can I hit this button? Jesus.
Just to spite you.
Okay. That's fine. I think the Cowboys are actually a sleeper in the NFC. I think they're going to actually end with like a around 11-6 record this season.
They always fall apart in December. But, so DeMarcus Lawrence is actually hurt. And Randy Gregory...
DeMarcus Lawrence is hurt. But does that really... I mean, either way, this was going to be a fucking.
And Randy Gregory is in COVID protocol. But I still do like the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys have the better offense. I think the Cowboys are going to come away with the dub.
Yeah. I think, God, fantasy-wise, this is going to be an absolute fucking.
Yeah,
this is where you start everybody on offense on the team that you have in your bench, your starting lineup. Keenan Allen's going to have a game. Fucking Mike Williams is going to have a game. Austin Eckler's going to have a game. Justin Herbert's going to have a game. Dak Prescott's going to have a game. Amari Cooper's going to have a game. CeeDee Lamb's going to have a game. Ezekiel Elliott is going to flop because he always flops. Who do you got, Builds?
All right, I'm gonna go on the Cowgirls on this one, but I have no reasoning. They both suck, in my opinion.
You think they both suck? I think the Chargers is.
They both get
Dude,
obliterated.
the Chargers are arguably a top 10 team this season.
The only reason I don't say the Cowboys are like great is because they're in the NFC. I feel like the AFC is a way easier division this year.
Oh, yeah.
Not division, conference. My bad.
I wouldn't say that.
Easiest.
You wouldn't say it.
He's an AFC fan.
Yeah.
It's not even that, man. It's just if we're going off the first week and probably this upcoming week, I mean, you got arguably, one of the most long-standing elite divisions, the NFC North, that, just goes 0-1 the entire division in week
but you
one.
also have the NFC West where every single team won.
That's true. We also have the AFC West where every single team won, and 2, I think, were upsets. So I mean, you could say that NFC has the edge, but I wouldn't say the AFC is way easier to be in. I mean, you have the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Patriots. Show more things on top of my head.
The Browns, the Bills, the Ravens.
The Bills.
Browns, Bills,
They're kinda
and
blasted right
Chiefs
now,
are about the only contenders in the AFC.
You don't think the Steelers could win it?
The contenders in the NFC, on the other hand, you have a lot. A lot of contenders. I can name 3 in the NFC West alone. So, all right, we'll
For a
move
Super
on.
Bowl?
For a Super Bowl
contender?
Yeah.
So, NFC West, you got Seahawks,
Rams, and 49ers.
Rams. I would only put the Seahawks and Rams there. I don't think the 49ers.
I don't know
are
about
bad
49ers.
I think they have a good chance of going to the playoffs.
I'm obviously going Chiefs on this one, obviously.
Is that you, Builds? You said that?
Yep. Go
Any
on, Chiefs.
reasoning?
Well, Chiefs are probably like number 1, and Baltimore Ravens lost against the Raiders in overtime, which is kind of sad, but it's all right.
I think that the Chiefs will win this game. I also think the Ravens just didn't click on all cylinders like they were supposed to. But I feel like this game is going to be a lot closer. Is Tyrann Mathieu still out for Kansas City?
I have no clue.
If Tyrann Mathieu's out, this game could be really close. If Tyrann Mathieu's in, this game is still going to be close, but not as close. I think Tyrann Mathieu's a problem in the secondary. And if you have him on Mark Andrews, Marquise Brown, you basically have to rely on a third-string running back and Lamar Jackson to carry the team, and I just don't think that's going to happen. So, Chiefs.
Yeah, happen.
Astro. KC in Baltimore.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go Chiefs on this one. But I do think the Chiefs are gonna have a pretty big gap in the win. The only thing I think that it wouldn't help Baltimore win, but it would help close that deficit, that spread, was if Gus Edwards wasn't hurt. And I believe they also had an O lineman taken out of the game on Monday. So they have 2 pretty important starters out. One including their running back, which you could argue that a running back, in this era of Baltimore is useless. But he's kind of almost serves as a shield for Lamar Jackson, so he doesn't have to run as much. But I think since they have some of the starters out, it's not going to be a close game.
Okay. You guys know who We Hoopin' is on TikTok, right?
We can talk about it in a minute. Madara. Where you at?
yeah,
Chiefs?
I like the Chiefs too. For some reason, the Ravens ran cover 0 against the Raiders like all night on Monday night when they had like 2 backup cornerbacks in, and if they do that against the Chiefs, it's gonna be a very long night.
They ran hella cover 0, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They do that against the Chiefs. They're gonna. Patty's gonna have a field day. It's not gonna be close if they keep running that bullshit ass cover 0.
I just don't know who the hell's going to cover Travis Kelce.
Nobody
Patrick-
can cover Travis Kelce.
And then Orion is also on the Chiefs. So I think that's pretty obvious. Just judging by Week 1 Ravens and the amount of injuries they have. All right. Monday Night Football.
Oh, God.
Psych. This is easy as hell.
Cool.
Green Bay might
I don't
have shit the
know.
bed against the Saints, but Aaron Rodgers is about to throw for like 500 yards and like 6 touchdowns. So I'm going Green Bay.
Okay. This one, I feel like, I don't know, it should be a close game.
Cool.
Aaron Rodgers
You think it's going to be close?
did horrible last week. I feel like maybe the Lions might have this one, considering how they started to play towards the end of the game last week.
You're going Lions?
Yeah, I'm going to go Lions on this one.
This Lions Packers.
Late.
That's a bold prediction right there.
That is a bold.
All right, Astro, what do you got?
I think the Lions don't have a bad team. You could even say they have a pretty good team, just judging from the first game. It was pretty close. However, I don't think, lightning strikes twice when it comes to Aaron Rodgers scoring 1 point in fantasy. I think he's gonna have at least 2 touchdowns, passing.
A-Rod?
A-Rod.
A-Rod's going to have at least 4 touchdowns this game.
Yeah, well,
I'll put that down
very
as a
good
complete
there,
guarantee.
too. But yeah, so like I said, then it doesn't strike twice with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who's arguably like a top 10 quarterback of all time. But
I don't think that's
our
arguably. I
stream
think
right
that's a fact.
yeah,
this point.
could be.
All right, Madara.
Yeah, I have the Packers.
Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is actually part owner of the Lions. I'm gonna take the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a revenge game, bounce back game. Yeah, I'll probably throw for like 400 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, this is Builds. You are taking one hell of a risk.
I
on
don't
this
know.
I don't know.
one. And
I think
Orion is also on the Packers train. All right, so we will be back. I'm trying to think. I don't know if you tell me in the should I do this every Thursday, drop the video every Thursday morning before the Thursday night game, or every Wednesday, like midday before the game start. And then I'm also going to drop a power rankings, hopefully tomorrow as well. And tomorrow, as in this video will be coming out tomorrow, but also I'm going to try and put out a power rankings video as well tomorrow. But yeah, we'll probably be here next Wednesday recording this for week 3. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the sports channel that we're gonna start fucking doing shit with. And yeah, everybody have a nice and wonderful week 2 of the NFL season. Hope everybody's teams win. If we voted against your team, sorry, not sorry. But yeah, everybody enjoy some football. Deuces.